So, we got hand tracking. We got leg tracking. Toe tracking. You might be wondering, how is this working? Well, I've got several trackers strapped to my toes. So we can curl our toes, we can splay our toes, and I basically am doing this by having 3 very small slime trackers on each foot strapped to my toes. Now, this isn't as accurate as it could be. This works because I am having to send custom expression parameters into VRChat that are approximating how my toes should be positioned. However, this requires a lot of... This has to fit within the confines of the expression parameter system, which only gives us about 256 bits of data. For just the toes, it takes up about 52 bits of data. That's 3 different floats for just a single foot, 2 booleans for the big toe splaying and the pinky toe splaying. Look at that on this foot. Yeah, it's fun. So, yeah. The next step for this is to have native toe tracking support built into VRChat directly. So, I am going to post a link in the pinned comment and in the description of the video if you want to upvote VRChat having native toe tracking support. And, toe tracking. It exists. We just need to make it more accessible. So you might be wondering, how did I even assign these toe trackers? Well, you can see all the trackers I have turned on here. It's a crap ton of trackers, don't worry about it. If I'm in my toes, they light up in Slime VR. If we go to tracker assignment, you can see that we can assign our toes here. And we have up to 6 trackers we can assign just for our toes. 3 toes per foot. So I have to disclose that Slime VR did, in fact, approach me to add toe tracking into Slime VR directly, and I was compensated for doing so. Originally, we had this other program called Toes OSC, and this let me debug sending OSC parameters to my avatar while I was working on the initial setup for possibly being able to do toe tracking with hardware. And yeah, Slime VR has been very supportive as far as getting this feature working, and this Toes OSC program I made is no longer needed. I've built everything directly into the Slime VR software directly, so this will eventually come to Slime VR publicly at some point. This is currently a pull request that will get implemented into VRChat, or not VRChat, but into Slime VR server eventually. And VRChat, we're trying to get their attention so that they can add native toe bones so that I don't have to use expression parameters, and there can be passive support for avatars that have already been made and have the toes properly assigned in the Unity armature settings. When you have things like face tracking and, avatar toggles and all this other stuff, it makes it a lot harder to fit toe tracking into an avatar. It requires manually editing your avatar and adding a whole bunch of animations and blend trees and blend shapes and all this other stuff that, we would rather people not have to do for toe tracking. It should just be supported out the gate without any further avatar configuration, if at all possible. So yeah, if you guys want to donate to my research and development fund, where I will continue to do crazy and wacky things, I do have a Ko-fi, so if you want to toss a couple bucks there and, fund my hardware addiction and building new crazy things and doing a whole bunch of other stupid things and, letting me play with all sorts of weird hardware and seeing just what unorthodox things I can do with it, feel free to donate. And that's everything I got to say. Hopefully this was entertaining and you got some enjoyment out of it. I'll see you guys next time. All right. So we've got hand tracking, and I can't grab the camera. Okay, so we got hand tracking. We got leg tracking. But what about toe tracking? Oh boy, that. Oh, that's no good.